Well, I'm Melissa Dole. I make sculptures and creepy stuff. I wanted to think a lot about geologically how land and mountains and things like that can form, and sort of think a lot about the way that we inform ourselves with things like folklore to explain things like that. So I did a lot of reading into the idea of over time how people have talked about how mountains form and what can live in them, such as trolls, and of sisters being angry at one another and fighting for years and eventually creating gaps. And I like to associate that kind of with the way that in art we trace things like memory, and the things that have happened to us to form us into the beings of conviction that we are. And so in what I do, kind of wanted to explore a way to convey that through figure and sort of, merge the gap of those two things. Look into when we're seeing something incredibly beautiful or kind of unfathomable, such as natural landform in this way, how we emotionally connect and respond to that and try to explain it to ourselves. And so I guess that the art that speaks the most to me is typically either something incredibly bodily because it deals very directly with that, or things that kind of aim to recreate experience, sometimes things like folk art. So I guess that I like things that try to do a little bit of what I was trying to trace, that try to explain story and fantastical vision through some kind of recreation of experience. I think I'm still figuring that out actually very much, but this has been helpful in sort of setting up some little paths. A lot of things I like very silly, puppety type, just recreations of monsters. I think that's kind of my favorite thing. And texture is very, very important to me. So I think in the smallest bit, I like the kind of obsessive nature of trying to create something as a form that's either like very reminiscent of something natural or something obscene that you've seen, like the way that a worm moves or the way that mold can grow on a wall. But it does change, but I think that inherently, because of the way that I feel and act, it tends to eventually become an emotional landscape. It's the way that you work through your hands. I think that's also why I choose to make sculpture, because inherently whatever you are feeling and whatever you are at that point will come out. For myself, I wish I had planned better, as I think all people tend to, but I have really, I like that sort of what I was trying to do kind of grew from what I had thought I might do while I was here, and that it made me want to explore different mediums and different just kind of ways of existing in the world. So I think that, yeah, it was great, but yeah,